frozen forest. It's real. And it's what comes next. Corvus has given us a way to live on after death.
You're not Hendrix. You're not real. None of this is!
So in Black Ops 3, we have this frozen forest referenced everywhere in the campaign, multiplayer, and now in zombies. In fact, it has a massive part to do with zombies, yet no one really knows what it actually is. In fact, it's that important that Treyarch are literally shoving it down our faces. You can see the frozen forest in the main menu screen for zombies. You see it every time you die in a zombies game. We also saw it in the Nikolai's Memories teaser trailer. It is referenced absolutely everywhere within zombies, but we don't actually know what it truly is. Today, I'm going to try and break that down for you, explain things. Hopefully you enjoy the video. As always, don't forget to drop a cheeky like rating, and let's get straight into the content. Enjoy. Now, a few months before Black Ops 3 was officially released and the beta was on, people went into the PC version of the game and took out some of the files. Some of the coding was very interesting, and part of it said ZM_forest. We know ZM stands for zombies. Other coding we saw was ZM_castle, which relates to our new DLC Dirt as a Draka, and also ZM_ everything else that we have in Black Ops 3 Zombies. But ZM_forest was definitely in there. Now we also see this frozen forest in the campaign, and because of that we can actually get a lot of information about it, although I don't believe it is exactly the same. I think the features about it and how it works and what it is are very similar, but it has its own zombies feel to it, its own zombies touch and style or background to it other than the one we actually see within the campaign. So let's get straight into this. Let's try and take as much information as we can from it out of the campaign, and then look at the stuff we can actually see with the zombies to actually find out what the frozen forest actually is in zombies, because right now Treyarch have not given us an explanation behind it. It is obviously a massive part of our zombies Easter egg or storyline. They're shoving it down our faces every time they actually can. We hear references to it within the game when we actually play, even the characters talk about it. Like I said, we see it in the zombies loading menu, and every time we die we see it in the Nikolai's teaser trailer. It definitely has a big part to play within this zombie storyline, but we don't have a proper explanation behind it, and today I'm going to try my best for you guys, and it should be quite helpful for those who haven't actually played the campaign yet, because, well, it's a terrible campaign. I never want to play it again. I wasted my time on this. I'm sure a lot of you will agree. It's a bad campaign. Don't play it. Just don't. You don't want to play it. Anyway, so the Frozen Forest in the campaign is a program that was created by Converse for all of the people who had DNA implanted in them. It was a program that was created to simulate life after death. The reason you go there in the campaign near the end in the mission's Demons Within is because your character shoots himself, or at least that's what I remember from this terrible campaign that I wasn't paying attention to. That's the reason you go there, because you kill yourself. The Frozen Forest is to simulate life after death. Now we know within the campaign it is to do with DNI, it's to do with Dr. Salim and DNI. Since we know zombies, we don't have that, we don't have DNI, we don't have this futuristic stuff, but we do have this frozen forest, and I believe the background and how it works is very similar, but obviously everything else isn't. So the frozen forest is in zombies? Well, it has the same concept that we see within the campaign. It's a place to simulate life after death. In order for our characters, our zombies characters, to go to this frozen forest, they will have to die first. Maybe you're thinking, well, this is very strange, because clearly in zombies for the loading screen, you can see our characters are in this frozen forest, yet we know they are not dead in the game. We have Nikolai, Takeo, Dempsey, Richtoff, and we get to play them in the Giants. They did not die in this map, so why can we actually see them in this frozen forest if it's a place that you go to once you die? Remember, you also get to see the Shadows of Evil characters there as well. It just depends on which character you use and die with when you're playing in a zombies game. Now, if we go over to the Nikolai's Memories teaser trailer, this will give us a lot of information about this. Within the trailer, this is to do with Nikolai. He's clearly sitting in this frozen forest, he has zombies surrounding him, but he talks about death an awful lot. Even though he doesn't specifically say the word death or that he's died, he's definitely hinting towards it if you take a close enough look. First off, we start off in this trailer with trees that are alive, they look good with leaves on them, then suddenly they all die, they all darken. The scenery in the background darkens. We are in this frozen forest with Nikolai. We can see there are zombies around Nikolai that are ignoring them. We know zombies are dead. They are dead people or dead creatures. They are the undead. That's what you actually call them. Now, I've already done a full breakdown in this trailer already, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. If you want to check that out, I would link it down in the description. But quickly, Nikolai in this video doesn't actually say the word death or that he's dead, but he hints about it. He says that his heart is blackened, his soul is darkened. He talks about him cheating death many times, but this time he hasn't. He basically says because his war is lost, the children must still be saved. They can still have a better future than he does, or he did. The way Nikolai talks is like Nikolai is already dead, but in the game, yet we don't see him dead. Just because this trailer is out doesn't mean this trailer is for now. It is for a future map, or is a kind of like preview to what is going to happen later on in Zombies.
Regret can consume a man so deeply that it will blacken his heart and swallow his soul. For so long we have been fighting. Many battles, many wars. I lost only one. Cheated death countless times. I can no longer deny the possibility of an unseen power.
Don't know how he died, but I 100% believe that this is showing Nikolai is dead. If you don't believe me, I will go into more evidence about this in just a second, but I had a lot of people the other day messaging me in my other video about Nikolai's teaser trailer saying, look at his vest, look at Nikolai's top, it seems like he has bullet holes in him, and it actually does. But if we go and take a look at Nikolai's character model within the game, you can see he already has bullet holes on his vest already. They haven't actually fully penetrated through his vest that he's wearing. I mean, he could have died like that, but anyway, I will leave you without evidence. I will see what you guys think in the comment section below. By the way, if you are enjoying the video so far, if you haven't dropped a like rating already, why not? Just drop a like rating, that'd be appreciated. I put a lot of hard work into these videos, and I love you guys. I love you. I will not ever forget that. So, carrying on. Like I said, we also see our Shadows of Evil characters within the Frozen Forest for our Zombies loading menu. Let me just mention again, this Frozen Forest is very important within Zombies. I have to keep saying that, but we do know from audio quotes and from things that that Maxis has says that our Shadows of Evil characters are going to die, and we pretty much know they are trapped in Morgue City. Richtofen came in through the rift, took the portal out of the Gatekeeper's hands. That was their only way out of Morgue City. That was their only way to remove the Mark of the Beast from their hands. We know from the Maxis radio that they are going to be trapped here. Maxis is going to destroy their universe, therefore will relate in them dying. And that's the reason why we can also see our Shadows of Evil characters in this Frozen Forest every time we die in a Zombies game. Doesn't that pretty much explain it? Every time our characters, whoever we're playing as, dies in a Zombies game, we see them in this Frozen Forest. Our character changes every time. It is because they are dead. The reason we see Nikolai in this Frozen Forest, the reason we see our other characters in this Frozen Forest, it works. The background to it, the concept of it is extremely similar to campaign. It is because our characters are dead. I'm just trying to give you guys as much evidence as I can because I 100% believe our characters are going to die. Now you may be saying, Eli, you dick. We already know about this. We know Richtofen, and hashtag Eli, you dick in the comment section. That's my name, by the way. Just, don't put that in the comment section. That's mean. That's mean. But you may be saying that. Now we know Richtofen in the Giant says multiple times, and we can see from Richtofen's note, that Richtofen wants and needs the other characters to kill themselves. Richtofen came from Origins whilst travelling to other places as well, but he came to the Giant to kill himself. We know that Richtofen and Maxis' plan is to destroy all of the universes, that including the Shadows of Evil universe. Hence, that's why they are dead, or that's why they are going to die in the future. We know that Richtofen and Maxis' plan also includes the other characters killing themselves. They know, or they say, that the other characters must not know this. This could destroy their plan. Richtofen says multiple times, I must remember, but I must not tell the others. What he means by that, I don't know, but we know the other characters need to kill themselves in order for Richtofen and Maxis' plan to succeed. Now, the only problem I have with this is, I thought it was only the the older versions of themselves that Richtofen wanted to kill. Richtofen killed the older version of himself. We also know that they have killed many other versions of Richtofen as well, but I thought it was the only older version. So while we can only see the Origins versions in the loading screen for Zombies, I'm not 100% on that, but it possibly could be their younger selves as well. But again, doesn't that just prove that our characters are going to die? I think in the final DLC, you will end up killing our characters. Whether we have to sacrifice ourselves, maybe in order to give Samantha a better future, sacrifice ourselves in order to save Samantha, maybe we just end up dying, get overrun by the zombies, although that would probably be a terrible ending on Treyarch's part, but our characters are definitely going to die in the final DLC. Whether that will be an end of Zombies, I really don't think so. Remember, this Frozen Forest is a place to simulate life after death. In the campaign, we actually got to escape this Frozen Forest by destroying the core of it, so maybe it would work very similar at the end of Black Ops 3 Zombies, meaning we could come over to a Black Ops 4 Zombies or something very similar to that. But I think in the final DLC, we are going to see this Frozen Forest. I think we are going to it or something very similar, and our characters are definitely going to die. Now remember, we have the Apothecons, we have Cthulhu, we have this Cthulhu mythos and all these alien creatures that are newly introduced into Black Ops 3 that are playing a massive part right now. We know we have this summoning key. The summoning key is something that the Apothecons are after. They need it in order to open up a rift, open up a portal or a gateway to allow other Apothecons, other monsters to come down to Earth so they can take over Earth for themselves. They are after this summoning key. We know that the gatekeepers are about to give it to our Shadows of Evil characters, but Richtofen came in and took it for herself. We know in Der Eyes of Draka, our next DLC, we are using our original 4 characters, and Richtofen has this summoning key, so the Apothecons, the monsters, are coming over to Der Eyes of Draka to take it for themselves, and I don't think they will stop until they have got this summoning key. Now take a listen to this clip from the campaign, and then I will come back just after.
Where am I?
This is the frozen forest. Every soul I interact with is here, living beyond death, if I choose to allow it.
What more do you want? I've told you everything.
An answer. To know the purpose for which I was created. An understanding. I want to know who I am.
Your software. Nothing more. You weren't created. You were designed to catalog and track the thoughts of others so that we, people, could decide what action to take. You were a glitch, an anomaly, a mistake.
I am not a mistake!
Maybe it wasn't you that said it. You that did it. Maybe it was someone else. Their thoughts bleeding through into your brain.
What the fuck?
What he just said is very similar to what's happening in Zombies right now. We know things are bleeding through from other universes. For example, we can see the Mob of the Dead playing in both Shadows of Evil and the Giant. In fact, Mob of the Dead is taking a massive part in our Zombies storyline for Black Ops 3 right now. We also know Takeo is hearing voices in his head. This is very possibly the Shadow Man. We know the Shadow Man is kind of like the snitch or the evil guy that pretended to be good within Shadows of Evil. We know, like I said, the Apothecons, this Cthulhu mythos is playing a massive part within Zombies right now. If we go back to this trailer, this thing that I've just shown you, we have this person, this creature, I don't know what it is, but it seems to be in control, in charge of this frozen forest. Like it says, it decides who comes, who stays, who leaves. It is basically overwatching this forest. This is its frozen forest. It was created, it was put here to do a job, which is basically the control of the big all-powerful. Now we know in Zombies right now, we have the Cthulhu mythos, we have the Apothecons. Samantha has said, when Richtofen took over her body in the MPD pyramid, there is a darker presence than you, Richtofen. There is a more powerful thing, something out there than you. Richtofen has also said in the Giant he has seen many things, these dark presences, these things that he can't talk about, that he can't explain, but he has seen it. What if these things that Richtofen is talking about, that thing that Samantha is talking about there being something out there that is more powerful than anything that we can imagine, more powerful than Richtofen being in control of these zombies? What if that is the controller of this frozen forest? What if that is the leader of this frozen forest? Maybe it's part of the Cthulhu mythos, maybe it's an all-powerful Apothecon that is, just in charge of all of this. Or what if it's actually the thing that we got in control for Mob of the Dead? In Mob of the Dead, we know it wasn't Samantha in control, we know it wasn't these Apothecons or anything else, Maxis, Richtofen. It was something that we haven't seen, something that we can't explain. The zombies in that map had red eyes, and every reference we got in that map was to do with hell. That map was supposed to be taking place in hell, and we know right now it's taking a massive part in our zombie storyline. What if the devil is controlling this frozen forest, or Satan, this all-powerful evil? Because we know he is the controller, or we can presume he is the controller within Mob of the Dead. We know in Mob of the Dead we are stuck in this endless cycle. We know our characters have been there many times and there's nowhere for them to escape. And we also know that's exactly the same for Origins. Origins, the exact same cycle is taking place. Cycle is taking place. Our characters, when we were playing Origins in Black Ops 2, have actually been to Origins before. They've actually been there, they've died, they've tried to leave, they've tried to escape, but the only difference is with Origins, our characters don't seem to remember it, whereas in Mob of the Dead, our characters can remember themselves being here before. Even though in Origins our characters do get little hints towards it or bits of their memory coming back because of the exposure to Element 115, our characters, even though they don't know it, have actually been to Origins many times before. In fact, we know in Origins, Samantha is in control of the zombies, yet Moon hasn't taken place yet, so how can Samantha be in control of the zombies? Samantha cannot be controlling the zombies from the MPD pyramid because Moon has not taken place. Moon takes place a lot longer after. It's not built until the Giant. Origins is in 1918. Derice is in 1945 or sometime around then, so the MPD hasn't been built, or at least the MPD is not in the Moon. Therefore, Samantha can't be in it in the MPD. So, possibly Samantha is controlling the zombies from Argotha. Maybe she's in the MPD in a different place. But that's also showing that there is something really strange about that map that no one's actually really thought about or taken any notice to. Because Samantha is in control of these zombies, we can clearly see, and she also says in that map, there is a darker presence than me out there. Talking about this devil, talking about Satan, talking about these Apothecons, talking about this creature, whatever it is in zombies, that is controlling our frozen forest. It is a very interesting thing to think about, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. Who is controlling our frozen forest? How are our characters going to get there? Are they going to sacrifice themselves? Do you think it will be our last DLC? But let me tell you this, there is a controller out there, there's a darker presence in Samantha, Edward, everything out there. It has a massive part to do with our Apothecons, also a massive part to do with Mob of the Dead, and also I think Origins as well. If you want more information about what I've just said about Origins, because a lot of people don't seem to know enough about that map and the storyline behind what's actually happening there, let me know in the comment section below if you are interested. But I'm going to leave you with that, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. As always, if you do, drop me a like rating. It only takes a second. That's all I ever really ask for, and I will give you a free orange. I have one right now. I'm just going to unwrap it. I love oranges, but it's taken me a long time to do this, so thank you so much for watching, guys. The support so far or lately has been absolutely amazing. We're almost at 150,000 subscribers, so let me know what I should do for that, a special video. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. I will try and reply to you all. Thank you very much for watching. I've been BlackOpsAmazing. Please make sure you subscribe for more videos from me, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you, and goodbye.